Hey, this is Hayden Gillum. Thanks for watching MotoAmerica on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe.
STG Junior Cup coverage is sponsored by SportbikeTrackGear.com, the motorcycle apparel and parts specialists. By Dunlop, the official tire of the MotoAmerica Championship Series. And by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car or motorcycle insurance.
Welcome back to Brainerd International Raceway as we get set for the restart of SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup race number 2. But it has been a couple of hours between when the race initially ended, and normally what you'd see is no allowing of tire changes. But they released all the bikes from Parc Ferme. They didn't require stickers, tire stickers, basically.
Yep.
And so you're allowed to start this race on brand new tires. So
a 5-lap sprint.
5-lap sprint race.
Truly a sprint.
Yaakov was our leader. Owen Williams making his name in SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup in this race. Here we go. 5 laps to go, and we're away. Good launch by the front row. Yaakov from pole position with another good launch, and she'll lead into turn number 1 with Cody Wyman right on her rear wheel as they start to fan out. This is where that draft starts to take effect, and there goes Wyman up the inside, so he'll take over the spot.
Gus Rodeo, who had fell off earlier in the day. Oh, look at these guys swerving each other around like 6 wide into here, and it's going to be Max Van leading the way over Kayla and Owen Williams. Looks like Cody Wyman trying to go around the outside to secure himself in 4th.
So Gus Rodeo was down, able to repair the bike. And now Cody's trying to get up the inside of Owen Williams. Can't quite get that one done.
But Gus Rodeo there on the red bike was started in the last row, and he's already got himself up into 5th place, Greg.
5-lap sprint race in SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup. And Max Van has seemed to find something as Yaakov trying to go up the inside. Not going to get that done right there.
If you remember earlier, when she was leading, Greg, she was able to get away in this section. So these guys probably figured we got to stay in front of her and not let her have her way through this little particular section of the track.
Max Van, little bobble there, hitting that bump through the chicane. That allows Kayla to close right up on the back of him. Also, Jay, they've had some time to think about it, and you can make suspension changes and gearing changes if you like. And Kayla had found something that nobody else in the field had. And now it seems they've closed the gap. Of course, the other thing, too, is, Jay, they started this race a couple hours later. Here we are. To stay, at race peak in terms of energy levels, got to be difficult for this field. Yaakov around the outside, trying to make a bid for the lead. There goes the 31, Altus Motorsports. Going against SportbikeTrackGear.com. Sponsored side by side they go. Max Van has position on the racetrack, so he'll grab it back.
Look at this, though. Cody Wyman was trying to go around Owen Williams. Kayla's there. And now you see Gus Rodeo to the outside. Owen Williams is going to outbreak them, get himself into 2nd, and follow Max Van out of turn 3. We've got about a 7-rider breakaway here. You see the 83 in there of Ivan Rivera, also, who wasn't in this lead group to start with in our opening segment this morning. So he is tagged onto the back. I can see Lamondre Jr. back there as well, another one of our title hopefuls.
Gus Rodeo, fastest lap of the race at a 1:47.7. That was from a dead stop.
Lamondre Jr. tried to go up underneath side. Cody Wyman, you can watch them all start to fan out here. And it goes back to what we were saying earlier, right, Greg, where we can feel the draft, and nobody's going to feel the draft more than the 400s that we see in that particular section of the racetrack through turn 2.
Four laps to go, bouncing off rev limiters in SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup. It's Max Van leading the way from Owen Williams, who's arrived on the scene. And to look for a moment that Owen would try to make a move. Kayla Yaakov in 3rd. Gus Rodeo from the last row up into 4th. Cody Wyman right there in the mix as well.
And you can see that, again, the 2 title contenders are 5th and 6th right now. Talking about Cody Wyman and Joe Lamondre Jr. They are trying to find their way to the front here as we got these 4 that have just peeled out a little bit, but what's going to happen is the next two are going to get drawn up into the draft that the leading four are putting out. And Owen Williams has gone down the inside, and he's in the draft of Max Van. Don't be surprised to see the 13 try to pull over to the right here and outbreak Max Van, but he's going to have company as well as they get closer to turn 3. Owen Williams is going to go to the front for the first time, leading himself a MotoAmerica National. Now let's see if he can try to break away from this pack.
I don't think it's possible with the way they're drafting and passing, but he's going to try. So young Owen Williams leads for the first time in his MotoAmerica career, and he's got some really good lines. And Yakov trying to make her way around Max Van, but it was Aiden Thau back in 7th when they came across the stripe that has a 1:45.1 as the fastest lap of the race, which is so interesting to see in SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup that someone mid-pack can set the fastest lap of the race. Owen Williams coming under fire from Max Van. Not going to happen at the moment.
He's pretty good through this big, long right-hander as well. So we'll see if he's able to keep them behind, because really it's all about getting through this section. If you can create any kind of gap and just get away a little bit, that's what you're really shooting for. Looking on the board right now, not seeing any red sectors other than Joe Lamondre Jr. in Sector 1 did go red.
But a lot of personal best splits in our sectors, as we expect to see that as the race wears on. These SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup 400cc Ninjas, all of them by happenstance, by the way. There's more bikes available to race in this class, but it seems to be the class of the field. They continue to get quicker and quicker. Now, deep in the draft, pulling out of the draft, is going to be the number 48 of Max Van. He'll go to the point, take the lead from Owen Williams. There's Kayla Yakov trying to also find a draft, but can Owen Williams get back at it?
Look at Gus Rodeo going around the outside now, and again Max Van very smartly moves over to the right to not allow somebody to go down the inside of him. Now it's a braking duel down into turn 3, and Owen Williams does it from the outside this time, Greg. He is going to chop the nose off as we got about 1.5 laps to go now. Owen Williams finds himself back at the front. It's a good place to be good, but as you can see, Max Van's going to go back up underneath him in turn 4. Rodeo, and look at who's there now, Greg. Cody Wyman has got himself up into 4th. Kayla just back there in 5th.
Just impressive what we're seeing from the 96 of Gus Rodeo and that Rodeo Racing Warhorse HSBQ racing machine. As Owen Williams trying to find a way around again, and Cody Wyman up the inside. What a move from the Alpha Omega rider.
Gus didn't want to give that up, did he? You can see he didn't want to give it up. On the left-hand side of your screen, that was the pass Max Van put on Owen Williams into turn 4. Cody Wyman now finds himself in that 3rd spot. That's a big deal for him. And now it's going to be a matter of, these guys are going to see the white flag, and you can see Max Van has crept away just ever so slightly from the group behind.
Cody Wyman, a little wide.
Oh, did he have a problem there, did he, Greg?
Yeah, I don't know if he made he did make a mistake. I'm not sure if it was shifting or whatever, but now Gus Rodeo finds himself in 3rd place with yesterday's race winner Yakov.
Look at the gap that Max Van has pulled out. And look at Kayla now. She's going to try. Max Van's gone. He's pulled the pin on this one. Now Owen's going to be kind of a sitting duck for this group coming up behind him. He can't even get in anybody's draft as he goes down through turn 2. The place that he's been strongest, he's going to have to try to find a clear path into this turn. He's going to follow Cody Wyman in. Kayla jams it down the inside of the 13, so she's going to jump up into 3rd.
It's been since VIR Race 1 that we've seen Max Van have a win. All the way back in May. Can he get it done? Cody Wyman trying to close that gap desperately, but look at motorcycles all over the place as Lamondre Jr. fighting it up with Aiden Thau. Cody's looking fast, but Jason, the turns are running out. This is the final lap.
Cody's making a big push right now, though. He's trying to get this handled. He's got to be close enough to Lamondre when they get into the turn 12 area for the 34 to try to get past him. You're going to see them go all around here, single file. The first 2 have just crept away from Kayla ever so slightly right now.
So Cody right there on Max Van. Because now they're coming into the section where the teams are. The canopies are.
He's going to take a shot, Greg. He's got a great run on Max Van as they start to get ready to break for this final couple turns.
No, Max Van trying to pinch it off, and he does a really good job, and that's going to mess up Wyman. What good racecraft from Max Van to close everybody off, not giving him the opportunity to pass him with a couple corners to go. And now the mad dash to the checkered flag. Max Van will take the victory as Kayla Yakov goes second over Cody Wyman. Owen Williams in fourth, and Yakov with the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. What a great move. In one corner, Max Van was able to hold it tight and win that race by holding off the rest of the field.
And in the corner of yesterday, there was a lot of drama, and you could see that Max Van was right there, Greg. He didn't want to give up the spot, but he definitely, you're going to look and see as they come across the line, there's Kayla and there's Cody, second and third.
No question about that.
It's big for Kayla because she's just behind. She's 35 points back, so just chipped away a couple more points again.
What a race win by Max Van, and back to the top step of the podium. 44.9 on lap 4 for him, his fastest lap of the race, but 44.2 for Kayla on the last lap. We'll step away. When we come back, we're going to hear from Max about how fun that race was for him.
Wow, what a fascinating lap. But for Max Van to shut the door in the same corner where he got cleared out on Saturday, tell you what, that is being able to have that short memory and make it happen. And, you know, we had to wait a long time, Jason, for this one to finish, but, man, it was worth it.
Races ago, going back a couple of races ago, he had a crash in qualifying. And his dad said, don't worry, he's got a mind like a steel trap. It's not going to affect the confidence. Well, we just saw it again, right? Big incident down there in that same turn yesterday, shrugged it off. And for Max Van in general, a big bounce back. He had the points lead and was building a gap earlier in the year. Then he took on a penalty, had a couple of bad races. And it's really tough to rebuild that confidence basically from a dead stop. But he got it done, and now he's back on top.
Yeah, just a fabulous run. Kayla Yakov with that fast lap on the last lap and taking advantage when Max shut the door on Cody, and it got Cody a little bit unsettled, and Kayla just swept around the outside. Beautiful move there. And again, Owen Williams, man, I thought he had a podium maybe. He just has looked so good and just got kind of sussed out here. And Gus Rodeo just could never get into that top 3.
And I think for Owen, you know, racing with these guys, he's going to know now for next time, you know, to put himself in a better spot with the strategies and things like that. It comes down to experience. He doesn't really have as much experience as the guys that he was racing with. Now he can go home and think about that, and next time I think he'll put himself in a better spot. But I'm happy for Max Van. It's been a rough last couple races for him. Laguna had that racing incident and crashed. Yesterday got taken out, and even the previous races before that haven't went very well. And, you know, for him to bounce back and get that win, he really needed it. And he deserved it.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Joe Lamondre Jr., as I talked about, in the last 5 races, he's had 2 wins and 5 top 2s. And so a 6th for him is going to be a little bit crushing, but obviously still earning some points. But tell you what, snugging up.
No, definitely snugging up. And also for Kayla. She just keeps chipping away at it. Next thing you know, somebody has a problem in front of her, 2 guys in the points, she could find herself in it. But Cody just does what he does, and he just always finds himself on the podium. You know, or when in every race you don't really see him early in the race, and then next thing you know, you're in the white flag lap, and there's Cody going for the win.
And that's the experience. He's, you know, one of the older riders, in this category, obviously, and that experience paying off. You don't see him make, and Kayla has addressed this, you don't see him make a lot of stupid moves that can either take you out or cost you big, have you pummel out of a big group and go to the back of it. He's just always there.
Yeah, and just really consistent. And like I said, he just always puts himself in, seems like, the right spot toward the end of these races, and that's where I talk about the experience comes in that, like, Owen doesn't have. And so for Cody, he's using that experience, and it's really paying off.
Well, and obviously when you've got a big swing from first to second to 5 points, second to third 4, so say first to third is 9 points, obviously you want the wins. But if you're not in a position to win without massive risk, and you decide, you know what, I got a third-place bike today, that's where I'm going to be, and somebody has an issue in your second, that's how you win championships. You know that.
Yeah, and just Cody being consistent and not making big mistakes, and it seems like everybody around him is making mistakes, and that's why he's got a points lead. You know, he beat the person that was closest to him in points. That's the main goal, and now he just keeps, keep adding 2 or 3 points each race weekend. Before long, he's going to have this thing wrapped up before the end of the season.
Yeah, Max obviously had opened up that little bit of a margin, and then Cody ran him down big time. But the thing that continues to impress me is Kayla. This is the second day in a row that she's dropped into like the top 5 and then come back with a podium. A win yesterday, a second today. She just doesn't lose her cool. Let's get back over to GW and Jason.
STG Junior Cup coverage is sponsored by SportbikeTrackGear.com, the motorcycle apparel and parts specialists. By Dunlop, the official tire of the MotoAmerica Championship Series. And by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car or motorcycle insurance.
Another one under 0.7 of a second, half a second from Max to Kayla, Cody. Owen Williams. That is best result.
Best result.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he led a race. Let's get right down to Hannah with our winner.
Today's race winner of the STG Junior Cup is Max Van. Yesterday, a lot of laps led, you mentioned. It really helped your confidence out there on track, but it didn't quite end the way you hoped. Today, you got the job done. Tell us how you did it.
Today, honestly, I'm glad that Avery's okay after the accident. I'm thankful for the restart because, it played out in my favor. But yesterday, I led almost, all the race, and I had a lot of confidence. And again, like you said, that led into today's race. And, I kind of missed how I was at VIR. I felt like the man, and, I feel like that today.
Looking ahead to Pittsburgh, you got some time until then. What can you do to maximize the best possible outcome and keep this momentum going into that round?
Well, I'm going to keep my head high, after, this tragic accident that happened on Friday with, my friend Scott Briotti, it's a tragedy. But this race, the win means a lot, but to be honest, Reese, Jeremy, Darian, and Suzanne, his wife, and they mean a lot more, so this is for him.
Thanks, Max. Congratulations.
Great words from Max Van.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, the thing is that Scott's been on everybody's mind all weekend, and seen a lot of riders do that. And I know these guys were close because they were from back in that area. So big win for Max, though.
Let's get back down to Hannah.
Second place today goes to Kayla Yakov, a 1-2 podium finishing this weekend. Not some bad points for you there. This restart, did it go exactly how you were hoping this afternoon?
Yeah, well, first of all, the points is great. Definitely out of Laguna, we needed this, and I'm happy to be up here in both races, which is great. But yeah, the restart didn't go in our favor exactly, but it went well. I still was able to put myself in a good spot on that last lap. Not exactly where I wanted to be, but we'll work on it, and I'm happy that I'm here.
Congratulations, second place finish today for Kayla Yakov.
Longview, the points.
She's there every weekend, though, isn't she? I mean, she is there every weekend, and we still have 6 more races to go for the Junior Cup, and she chipped away again a little bit. But the guy ended up third today, Cody Wyman. It's going to be tough because he's just always up in the front himself. Let's get back down to Hannah with Cody.
Third place today for Cody Wyman. You tried to make a move there at the very end. It didn't quite work in your favor. How are you feeling about your overall performance today and this weekend?
Yeah, overall the weekend's great. 2/3, but can't help but be disappointed to get in pole position. I would love to be in the top step. Max rode well. I felt really strong in the infield, but for some reason through 1, 2, I got some good drafts every now and then, but really couldn't pull the trigger into 3. But overall, it's a solid weekend. More points. That's the plan. Keep it clean. Stay in the box. Alpha Omega's helped out a lot this season. I appreciate them. Helmet House, Core-Tech Leathers, Madden Painting, K-Tech, Motivation USA, SC Project, Harvey-Davidson, Champ U stepped up to help for the rest of the year. My whole family, my dad, crew chief, and my mom on the board. My whole family supported a ton. So it's good to get this weekend over with. Honestly, I'm ready. I love the fans, but I'm ready to get out of Brainerd, to be honest.
Looking ahead to Pittsburgh is Cody Wyman.
Your championship point standings have Cody Wyman 22 ahead of Joe Lamondre, with Gus Rodeo and Kayla Yakov now tied. So it's 31 points separates the top 4 in this one, with Max Van making some big steps. Well, what a race it's been at SportbikeTrackGear.com Junior Cup this weekend. We've saw some pretty incredible stuff. What's going to happen from pit race? We can't wait to find out. We hope you join us. For Hannah and Jason, I'm Greg. Thanks for watching.